Sài Gòn ơi, ta mất người như người đã mất tên, như dòng sông nước quẩn quanh buồn, như người đi cách mặt xa lòng. Ta hỏi thầm em có nhớ không? Sài Gòn ơi, đâu những ngày khi thành phố xôn xao, trong niềm vui tiếng hỏi câu chào, sang đời tươi thắm vạn sắc màu, nay còn gì đâu.
Kính thưa quý vị, năm 1975, thế giới có thêm một từ ngữ mới, danh từ Boat People được thêm vào từ điển trên thế giới để diễn tả hình ảnh của những người tị nạn Việt Nam dùng thuyền chạy trốn chế độ Cộng sản trong cuộc di tản chưa từng có trong lịch sử quê hương. Cuộc di tản kéo dài gần 20 năm với những câu chuyện hết sức tang thương của người phải ăn thịt người để sống, những con tàu chìm đắm giữa đại dương, hải tặc hiếp dâm phụ nữ, cướp hết tiền bạc của những nạn nhân rồi chặt đầu phanh thây ném xuống biển. Biển Thái Bình thường ngày vẫn hiền hòa, nhưng nay lệnh bền xác người. Lời kinh cầu vang vọng cả một trời đau thương.
Lời kính đêm ôi, lời kính đêm, lời kính buồn như tiếng mẹ thở dài. Ai có nghe thấu lời kính khổ? Sao cuối mặt gục đầu ngủ quên? Thuyền mong manh ôi, đời lênh đênh, thuyền bấp bênh cuộc sống mơ hồ. Lời kính cầu từng ngày quen thuộc, lời mẹ buồn giữa tiếng đạm mô. Thuyền trôi xa về đâu ai biết, thuyền có về kẻ bên tự do. Trời cao xanh hay trời oán nghiệt, trời có buồn hay trời chỉ làm ngơ. Trời chớ vơi người bơ vơ, người vẫn ôm mạnh ván du mục. Lời kính cầu từng hồi nấc nghẹn, lời mẹ buồn giữa tiếng ba mẹ. Người buông xuôi về nơi đáy nước, người có mộng một nấm mộ xanh. Biển ngây ngô hay biển man dợ, biển có buồn hay biển chỉ làm ngơ. Trời chớ vơ ôi người bơ vơ, người vẫn ôm mạnh ván du mục. Lời kính cầu từng hồi nấc nghẹn, lời mẹ buồn giữa tiếng amen. Người buông xuôi về nơi đáy nước, người có mộng một nấm mộ xanh. Biển ngây ngô hay biển man dợ, biển có buồn hay biển chỉ làm ngơ. Người buông xuôi về nơi đáy nước, người có mộng một nấm mộ xanh. Biển ngây ngô hay biển man dợ, biển có buồn hay biển chỉ làm ngơ. Lời kinh đêm ơi, lời kinh đêm.
And now, please stay standing as we will be singing the Canadian National Anthem.
Xin kính mời quý vị hãy đứng yên, chúng ta cùng nhau ca bài quốc ca Canada.
And now, the national anthem of the former Republic of Vietnam.
Và sau đây bài quốc ca Việt Nam Cộng Hòa.
Làm sao cho núi sông từ nay luôn vững bền để cho thành
Before we have a moment of silence, can I invite the president of the Vietnamese Veterans Association, the mayor, Peter Fonseca, and Natalia Kusendova for the replay. Please. Let's take a moment of silence to honor those who have died on the open seas, on the perilous journey to freedom. Let's also take a moment of silence for the brave heroes of the Republic of Vietnam who have sacrificed their lives to defend freedom. Let's take a moment of silence for our brave Canadian men and women serving in the armed forces who are protecting our way of life. And finally, let's pray for those who are fighting for their freedom in Ukraine under a totalitarian
phút mặc niệm về tiểu đoàn và chiến sĩ Việt Nam Cộng hòa đã mệnh xuống trong công cuộc chiến đấu bảo vệ tự do. Phút mặc niệm để tưởng nhớ đến hàng trăm ngàn đồng bào chúng ta rất may mắn đã bỏ mình trên đường vượt biên vượt biển tìm tự do. Phút mặc niệm để tri ân các năng lượng chiến binh dũng cảm phục vụ trong dân lực Canada đã hy sinh để bảo vệ chúng ta. Và sau hết, chúng ta cùng có giây phút mặc niệm và cầu nguyện đến những chiến sĩ tại đất nước Ukraine đang trong thời kỳ chiến tranh. Phút mặc niệm bắt đầu.
Thấm thoát đã 47 năm trôi qua, cứ hàng năm vào giữa tháng 4, các cộng đồng người Việt quốc gia trên toàn thế giới đều chuẩn bị tổ chức lễ thượng kỳ để tưởng niệm các chiến sĩ và đồng bào đã hy sinh vì chính nghĩa tự do. Đặc biệt năm nay, Hội cựu quân nhân quân lực Việt Nam Cộng hòa đã phối hợp với Sài Gòn Bạc long trọng tổ chức lễ tưởng niệm Quốc Hận 30 tháng 4. Nhân buổi lễ này, xin quý đồng hương hãy cùng chúng tôi thắp lên một nén hương lòng để tưởng niệm tháng 4 đêm, đánh dấu 47 năm út nạn của dân tộc Việt Nam dưới bàn tay bảo tàng của Cộng sản. Nhân đây, tôi cũng xin đại diện ban tổ chức chân thành cảm tạ bà thị trưởng Misissauga Apr đã cho phép chúng tôi tổ chức lễ thượng kỳ Việt Nam Cộng hòa đầy ý nghĩa này. Sự hiện diện của quý vị ngày hôm nay đã nói lên sự đoàn kết và một lòng mong muốn đất nước Việt Nam sớm thoát khỏi gông cùm cộng sản. Trân trọng kính chào quý vị.
Cảm ơn thân nhân.
Distinguished guests, xin chào quý vị. My name is Lee, and I am honored and humbled to share short remarks on behalf of the young Vietnamese Canadian generation. Firstly, thank you, Mayor Crombie, and the Mississauga City Councillors for your continued and unwavering support of the Vietnamese community and for allowing us to host this event at Mississauga City Hall. I would also like to thank the elected representatives who took time out of their busy schedule to commemorate this important day with us. April 30th is known as Black April because it was the day we officially lost our country. 47 years ago, there was a mass exodus of Vietnamese refugees after the fall of Saigon, and many fled on boats, leaving behind our beloved country. In 2016, Canada recognized April 30th as Journey to Freedom Day, as it was a day to remember and commemorate the lives lost and suffering experienced during the flight of the Vietnamese people. As a boat refugee myself, my family fled on a boat, were lost at sea for 30 days, and were rescued by the British Navy. We were the lucky ones that survived, and it was estimated that more than 250,000 lost their lives. Today, we commemorate those lives lost and the soldiers who sacrificed and fought to defend Vietnam against communism. Under the leadership of my late mentor, Ron Aki, Minister of Immigration in 1979, Canada accepted more than 60,000 Vietnamese refugees, and today, our community across Canada is 300,000 strong. Today, we also celebrate the contributions of the Vietnamese refugees who are thriving and positively contributing to building this great nation. On behalf of the young generation of Vietnamese Canadian, I want to thank the veterans of the South Vietnamese military. Cảm ơn bác, cảm ơn cô, cảm ơn chú for instilling this important day in us. To the younger generation, those who were born here, this day is more than just having this freedom flag flown in this great city of Mississauga. Thank you, Mayor, for that. And to other and all of our cities around the world. It's a day for us to look to the future and to thank Canada for giving us this opportunity to exercise our freedom. Freedom of speech, democratic freedom, freedom from oppression, and freedom to choose as we live. We pledge to continue this important commemoration and share with future generations and other Canadians the tremendous sacrifices that were made and the generosity of Canadians. As we continue to commemorate the past, we will focus on making positive changes, social changes wherever we go and in everything that we do, so we can build a strong foundation for the future. Let our past be our inspiration and motivation to make an even greater impact on the lives of others, and when the time is right, make a lasting impact on influencing democracy in Vietnam. Thank you, Canada. Thank you, Mississauga. Cảm ơn.
Thank you. What a pleasure to join you. It has always been a rainy, cold day when we do this, so I'm so grateful we're inside today. And of course, first let me start off by thanking the Vietnam Veterans Association of Ontario, Mr. Ming Dong, and of course James and his co-host for inviting me to take part in this year's Journey to Freedom Day and flag raising. Always a memorable day for me. Of course, we have a lot of dignitaries you've already heard, but it's important that we recognize that they joined us and that you take note who joined us. No, it is important. So let me again say thank you to the Honorable Minister Ahmed Hussein, Federal Minister of Housing, Diversity and Inclusion. We've had the man of the community. He always comes out, no matter where he is. He makes time for the Vietnamese community, and we thank you. And of course, he brought the local Member of Parliament, Peter Fonseca. Peter from Mississauga East Pittsburgh. Peter, thank you for joining us. And the local provincial Member of Parliament. She is also a nurse. She has been very active during COVID. Natalia Kusendova. She is my countryman. We're both Polish background. Thank you. And Ward 6 Councillor, who is also a good friend to the community, Councillor Ron Starr, who's here with us. You may have heard this name before, but they may even be related. But Councillor for Ward 3, Chris Fonseca. And I see we've had a new Member of Parliament joining us from Mississauga North Malton. Deepak Anand is with us as well. Say hello. Very grateful for everyone to come with us. I see that the Abbot didn't join us this year. No, okay. And Mr. Dao Tran from Vietnamese Canadian Centre, Canada. Thank you so much for coming as well. You know, as mayor of this great city, it makes me so proud that so many Vietnamese Canadians call our city their home and contribute to the very fabric that is our city. When I was asked if a Vietnamese boat people monument could be built in Mississauga, I did not hesitate in saying yes, because I know the importance of a monument like that has not only to Vietnamese Canadians, but to all Canadians. And these two councillors that are sitting here work with the community to facilitate that. So I want to thank Councillor Chris Fonseca and Ron Starr for working with the community. They attended many fundraising events to make sure that the monument went up. But whether it's a monument or a plaque or a park, getting to that, everyone's history is important, and we must come together to celebrate the vibrancy of Mississauga, but of course of Canada. And as you heard from James, of course, we're so excited, but it has been delayed a little bit, opening, because there was some issues, but whatever. And then there was the pandemic, but we are so thrilled to finally announce the opening on Saturday, May 14th, Saigon Park, and we invite you all to attend. And I hope you all come, and everyone, bring all your family and friends, because this is really groundbreaking, and I'm so excited we're finally going to do this. It's been a couple years in the making, and James is right. We were sitting at a restaurant with some of the community leaders plotting this out. Where could it be? How could we do it? How could we get it through? And we did it, James, we did it, and thank you. So very important for future generations of Vietnamese and non-Vietnamese as well, to learn and appreciate the significance of the name Saigon and its relationship to the values that we share: democracy, freedom, harmony. So that's why we are so proud here in Mississauga to raise the freedom and the heritage flag at City Hall. This year, and how many years now, James, have we been doing this? Come on. 5 years, and we're very, very proud to do so. Yes. And it's because I know you feel the gratitude from cities like Mississauga, from the province of Ontario, and right across Canada, that we opened up our borders to Vietnamese boat people 47 years ago, as you heard from Lee, the beautiful Lee. But today, Mississauga, we're home to a very active, engaged, compassionate Vietnamese community who are incredibly generous and incredibly kind. No matter what, you always step up. I don't even have to ask. You are always there. Throughout the pandemic, you raised money to help the most vulnerable in our community, whether you were raising money for the hospital or to buy PPE, or as always, every year you push yourselves and do better for the Mississauga Food Bank to help those most in need. And we know that throughout the pandemic, the need went up so incredibly, but I can always count on the Vietnamese people to want to give back to Mississauga, to give back to new refugees who come here as well. And you sponsor families. I know you've sponsored Syrian, Afghan families, and I know you're probably going to assist the Ukrainians that are coming in as well. I know I can count on you. So I want to thank you again for all you do, particularly in support of my annual food drive for the Mississauga Food Bank. Each and every year you exceed the targets. Every year I count on it, and I get so excited. And you also came together through the Tao Bao Community Fund to raise over $40,000 to donate to the Canadian Red Cross, specifically in support of Ukrainian refugees. And this is incredible. So thank you for your incredible generosity and for supporting the most needy, the most vulnerable, and for making Mississauga so proud of you. Thank you for having me, and come home.
I have so much respect for, because he has lived the experience. He has lived the experience as a refugee, understanding, needing to leave your home because of some tyrannical leader or because of another conflict or war somewhere in the world. But the minister has come to Canada, as we just heard, minister and from Mayor Crombie and from other dignitaries that are here. And I want to thank all the organizers, James and Lee and Julia, and I'm not going to be able to name them all, but you do a tremendous job for here for the 5th year of this flag raising. But the minister often speaks, and he speaks from the heart, and he speaks from experience about that journey, the journey of arriving here in a new land, being accepted, being given the opportunity to be able to thrive, to be able to fulfill your potential. And we just heard that from 60,000 boat people that came here to Canada, to a diaspora community of over 300,000 that have enriched our country, in every way, shape, or form. Of course, here through the 2 years, difficult years of COVID, on the front lines, as many of our medical professionals in our hospitals, we are truly grateful and feel indebted to the Vietnamese community for all that has been done. And Minister Sen, I'm just going to say this before Minister is going to make his remarks, is that, he has always been a dear friend also to this great city of Mississauga. And I think he comes here, yes, he comes here, Minister comes here to get great ideas that he could share across the country. And those great ideas are, yes, we now have a Vietnamese boat people monument here in our city, in our great city. And as we just heard, in a couple of weeks, we will be having the inauguration of Saigon Park. All of this is tremendous. This is tremendous. And it shows just how the community continues to give back and back and back. So, Minister, on that, as I know you're going to share all these great stories right across the country, and but on that note, I give you the floor, and you're going to have an opportunity here to speak to our wonderful community.
Thank you so much, Peter. Thank you. Look, it's great to be back in Mississauga, Your Worship.